Hey there YouTube, today I have up for review the KJW P8 Tomb Raider pistol. It's a gas blowback. I've been promising this review for a little while now, so I finally have it. As you can see, here's the box. Simple, pretty nice looking picture. Not that anyone really cares about that. You also get a manual. It has everything on here in somewhat of English. It also says what it's made out of: anti-impact ABS and zinc alloy, 15-shot magazine, and all this other good stuff on here. And a little picture, and it gives you a whole breakdown and everything. You also get a set of targets, simple little pistol targets, and then the foam on the bottom where the gun will be when you receive it. Then you get the gun itself. It's pretty simple, nice looking gun. Not as big of a fan of the compensator as some other people are. That's up to you. I took the two little screws out so it's easy to remove. There's two little screws right there. You unscrew them and this whole piece comes apart. It's a little stiff, but this little piece will come out, so you can see. And then after you do that, there's a little metal weight that goes in here, or a weight that goes right in there. I took that out for now, just for this video. And you also have a pretty decent weight right there inside. And then you'll see it says UHC on the compensator. And then you also have this little extended outer barrel with the orange tip. I always transport it with this orange tip on, because when you unscrew it, you have threads, and it's black underneath. It comes with this gunmetal gray type finish on there when you get it, so it's always good to transport it with an orange tip. Now the good thing about this is I was able to put my Matrix universal suppressor, mock suppressor on there. You just turn counterclockwise to put on, or I'm sorry, clockwise to put on, counterclockwise to take off. Now, as I said, it's a 15-round magazine. Very nice click when you cock this gun. Really, really nice. The magazine release, it's right here. It's ambidextrous. And all you do is push down, and there goes your magazine. Now, some of the features on this gun: you have your slide lock, which is pretty standard. If the magazine is in and empty, when you pull the slide back, just like on the real one, it'll lock back. Now, if you want to do it just to look inside the chamber and there's no magazine in, just push the little switch up and it stays. When you want to release the slide, push down, you're in business. Next, you have your safety. Now, the one thing I really, really like about this gun is that you can decock the weapon. So if you're going into the safe zone, coming back from a match, and you don't want to actually pull the trigger so it won't engage while partially in your holster or while you're holding it and you have other people around you, you can simply decock it. Right now it's on safety. When this lever is down on the S, you just pull it down further, it releases the trigger and the round won't fire. Now, to fire this gun, once it's been cocked, you just push the switch up, and then, pretty simple. Now, moving on the other side, now there's no really trades on this. The only things engraved on this are the fire and safe, the F and S, and then made in Taiwan. There's a serial number right here in the metal, and you also have a warning right here. Warning, refer to operator's manual. And that's about it, engraved on the other side. Now, as for the sights, you have white dots on all of your sights. The rear, a little bit darker than the front. And the front can also be flipped around, as you can see here. You should be able to. I've never really messed with that. But, I mean, they're really nice for quick application, if you're trying to aim quickly. I like them. That's personal preference. You also have the realistic looking shell ejection port. When the slides lock back, you can easily see inside your gun. So you can see I have one BB lodged in there right now. Since I have no gas, I don't have to worry about that going off. I have to take that out of the barrel later. So, I mean, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, so when the gun is cocked like this, so you can see I can try to pull the trigger. I'm actually going to do this with my right hand so you can see. But it's not doing anything. The hammer's still back, which is another cool thing. No matter whether it's loaded or not, you can cock the hammer back and it's going to stay. But if it's on safety, nothing. Flip it on fire. I think this gun is really, really nice. With its metal slide, your ABS, high impact, pistol grip, trigger guard, and just the whole lower frame is all plastic. Now, the selector switch and the slide release are metal, as well as the front and rear sights. They're both metal. You will see, as I said, the slide's metal. The shell, the ejection port cover right here, that's metal. And that's, your trigger's metal, your magazine release is metal, and your 15-round magazine is metal. Mostly. The only plastic parts in your magazine is the BB feeder right here. That's pretty much standard for magazines. And your plastic plate on the bottom. Which, be careful with that, because if you push it forward, then your spring mechanism that pushes up the BBs will go flying out. And if you do that on the field, then you might be out of a magazine if you don't find all the parts. So basically, another thing is too, which I'll go into with the holsters, you always want to have your magazine secure, especially for GBBs, whether it's a gas blowback rifle or pistol. Magazines are pretty expensive, usually ranging from $20 to $50 depending on the magazine. These are, I think, $29 on e-bike, the magazines. The gun itself, I believe, is about $108. I got this through a trade. I traded my broken HFC Mac 11 gas blowback for this. I may be getting that back, but really all this needs is a couple of new O-rings. You can see in the bottom of the magazine, which also that is where you feed it, in the bottom of the magazine. Just need a new external O-ring. I may need an internal one as well. Just a tip when you're filling it, there's also, you have your release right here, your gas release. Press that and the gas will straight out the top. Just push this down when you fill, at least that works for me. And also, even though you cannot see through like you would on the real one, or some real guns, it does have the indented holes on the magazine with the numbers for how many rounds are inside the magazine. It is single stacked. To load, just pull the spring down right here, pour your BBs into the top, 15 in the magazine, and you can also put one in the chamber. That's a total of 16 rounds. Not amazing, not horrendous. It should be just enough. Not if you're using this as a primary. If you're running this as a primary for whatever odd reason, you're going to want at least 2 or 3 more mags, minimum. I mean, even if you have this as a sidearm, it's always good to have an extra mag or 2. But that'll be one of my upcoming investments. But I mean, this gun is just really, really nice. I'm glad I got in the trade. And once I get the O-ring, the new O-rings, then that will be really awesome. Now, for stripping the gun, like most guns, you're going to pull the slide back. And you're going to line it up, make sure your safety's off, and your magazine has to come out. Pull the slide back, and line it up right above the slide release. And push the slide release out from this side. Push it out, you may need a pen or something. Pull that out. Then you just pull your slide forward. Boom. Just like the real thing. Pretty simple. So once you're inside, do not lose this, your slide lock, or you're going to have some issues. I can see I need to put some lube in here, but you have your spring, your main spring for the blowback, and all of your internals in here are metal, pretty much all metal. Very sturdy, very nicely built. KJW makes some really nice GBBs, and it's a gun that I think you'd really be pleased with. Even if you're not into the Tomb Raider look, you can get the P8 compact, and it's just as nice. KJWs are really, really nice. And so to put it back together, line your slide up, pull it back, and once again, line up the squares, put your slide release in there. So you pull it back, slide it in, and you're in business. So basically my conclusion would be it's a very, very nice gun for the price. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants lower priced, nice gas blowback pistol. Pretty reliable. I haven't had any issues with it other than the O-rings. That's not KJW's fault. I got this, as I said, secondhand, and it's only a few months old, but it wasn't, didn't seem to be treated perfectly. And a suggestion too with gas blowbacks, not to empty out the entire magazine. If you're using green gas, don't empty out the entire magazine. Just leave just a little bit of gas in there to keep a tiny bit of pressure inside the magazine, but not too much. If you have any questions, please remember to comment below. I'd be happy to answer them. And also, if you have any suggestions on what can make my videos better, I'd like to hear them. Nothing rude, hate comments, nothing like that. But if you have some helpful suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. Thank you for watching.